The EPP programme, which is European Politics and Policy, began life in 2002 as a European Public Policy programme. It's one of a number of strands we offer here in the Department of Political Science that focus on public policy and public policy making. We changed the name about a year ago to reflect some of the bigger changes that are happening within the EU, particularly around policy making and politics, and a lot of the politicisation that has emerged with new populist governments, etc., arising in a number of different countries. So the focus reflects that significant change that's been taking place. There are three core modules on the EPP programme. The first one focuses on the European Union institutions and politics, and that's really answering the question, what is the European Union? It looks at the key institutions, how the member states interact with them, and essentially what type of political system this is. The other core modules include a focus on policy making and regulation in the European Union, and that module looks essentially at what the system produces, how policy is made, some of the challenges in terms of making decisions, and the different areas of policy making where we see EU activity. The third big area thinks about the EU within the wider world, thinking particularly about the EU as either a cause of or a protection against globalisation, and what it means for member states to be part of this particular set of institutions. For us, the ideal EPP student is a student who is really interested in and passionate about the European Union. And that can come in many forms. It may be an interest in policy making and the type of policy and decisions that the European Union produces. It could be a broader international relations approach, thinking about the European Union as an international actor. Quite often there's a strong normative element to what our students are interested in, so thinking about political theory, ethics, human rights, and of course there's a strong public policy component to that as well. There are a number of things that I think makes this programme particularly special. First of all, the cohort of students we have tends to be drawn from a range of different countries, but also a range of different backgrounds and interests. And they tend to come together in a very dynamic group of students. They're passionate about the subject, but they also tend to gel very well each year and have a real sense of community, working together and supporting each other in their research. Alongside that, there's access that the department provides to a range of different lectures, public events, for example, through our Constitution unit, which is one of the leading centres for the study of the British Constitution, through the European Institute, which produces a whole range of publications and events each year on a range of different European-related questions. And of course, we have alumni from a range of different institutions and backgrounds who will often come and meet with us and talk to the students about future career paths. We also offer our EPP students a field trip to Brussels every year. When we go around the institutions, we meet with people from the European Commission, from the Council, from the European Parliament, so students can get a real sense then of what it is that the system is actually doing and how it works based on what they've studied in class. So there's a real sense of activity and energy around all things political here in the department. Being in London also gives our student access to some of the best think tanks and research centres on not just European politics but also international politics, such as Chatham House and Centre for European Reform. UCL is an excellent place to study European politics, obviously because of the standard of scholars and research that takes place here, but also because you're here in the centre of London. Obviously, given the recent Brexit decision, London is a hugely important focus of international attention and international politics right now. And so for anyone interested in European politics, being here gives you a real sense of dynamism and also a sense of access to some of the big things and history-making moments that are happening right now. After completing their Masters here at UCL, our students go off in a number of directions professionally. There are always a few who apply for the European institutions. We have students working in the Commission and the Parliament, for example. We also have a number who go into private sector, working, for example, for Accenture or for Gazprom, and also students who will go into the world of think tanks. One of our former students is currently working for the Open Europe think tank. And there's always a handful who will then pursue a further academic career, taking PhDs, for example.